Hi students, this is session 17. In this session we are going to learn prime reactions SN2 prime. In previous session, nucleophilic substitution reactions SN1, SN2, SN I also covered. Now this is a little bit typical SN2 prime, and this one just similar to that what we learned earlier in case of SN2. Let us recall that SN2. We are considering allyl halides. Suppose allyl bromide we are going to consider. Allyl bromide upon nucleophilic substitution, there is two possibilities as we discussed in previous session. Allyl and benzyl halides can undergo both SN1 and SN2 mechanisms. Both they can perform. Ultimately, which mechanism they proceeds mainly depending upon solvent and remaining factors what we are using. Here SN2 mechanism, let us consider, we will discuss here. X minus approaches a rare side with respect to leaving group, and the attacking X minus and leaving Br minus, these two are maintaining maximum distance, that what we call 180 degrees angle, and later Br completely expels out as Br minus and X minus attack. So the product what we are getting, SN2 product. If this happens, then there is no more to discuss here. Beyond of that, there is something differently happens experimentally that was proved. So let us see what happens there. When we are considering allyl bromide, here these pi bonded electrons like this exist, pi bonded electrons, and this pi bond helps to leave the leaving group. Whenever Br leave away by taking the bond pair of electrons, that means when Br try to leave as Br minus, this carbon, electrophilic carbon, acquires positive charge. Towards that positive charge, labile free electrons can move freely. Labile pi bonded electrons can move freely. Loosely bounded pi bonded electrons can move freely towards the positive charge. Resultant, what happened here, whenever the pi bonded electrons are shifted towards positively charged carbon, there will be a resonance here again in between this carbon, this carbon, this carbon, and more the tendency to leave the leaving group, and more the tendency to shift these electrons towards itself. So that pi electrons are delocalized over these three carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, or these three carbon atoms, which helps Br to leave completely. And now positive charge appears either of these two carbon atoms here. Positive charge appears either of these two carbon atoms here, because of these pi electrons are shifted towards this positively charged carbon. Here this carbon acquires positive charge. So as I said, these are in resonance, that's why positive charge appears upon these two carbon. So now there is a possibility to attack this X minus upon either this carbon or this carbon, either of the carbon atoms. I am repeating once again, once the Br departs as a Br minus, then positive charge appears upon these two carbon atoms. Resultant X minus can approach either of these two carbon atoms. Ultimately you are getting product. If X minus attacks to the same carbon to which Br left, from where Br left to that same carbon, if X minus approaches, then in such a case you are getting SN2 product. Instead of that, if X minus approaches to the allylic carbon, here double bond containing carbon, then in such a case you are getting product, that is SN2 dash product or SN2 prime product. So this SN2 prime product we can identify only in case of allylic systems. Only in case of allylic systems. Okay. Now let us see here. I used to consider C14 isotope here to distinguish the products in between SN2 and SN2 dash, because of here as I mentioned that this one can approach either this carbon or this carbon. Here both are same carbon atoms, that's why we cannot distinguish the formed product whether it belongs to SN2 or SN2 dash. So in order to distinguish that, I used to consider C14 isotope here. Now whenever this Br has to come out as a Br minus, this nucleophile if come and attack upon only that nucleophile leaving group containing carbon, in such a case that X minus come and attach to this carbon only, then this product what we call the SN2 product. Really here only SN2 if happens, we used to get only one product where X minus is not attached to C14 carbon, because nucleophile earlier it was not attached to C14 carbon. So if X minus attached to the same electrophilic carbon, if there is no more resonance here, then in such a case we used to get only one product. But what here we are saying, when Br try to leave as Br minus, this carbon acquires positive charge. Towards this positive charge, pi electrons are shifted. Now the same positive charge appears upon this carbon also. So in this case, here two positive charges are appeared. The X minus may come and attack upon this one or this one. If this X minus attached to the same carbon containing leaving group, as usual we discussed that SN2 product. Instead of that, X minus attached to C14 carbon. Now attacking a nucleophile attached to C14 means isotopic carbon. This product what we called SN2 dash product. Fine. Here, what is the difference between SN2 and SN2 dash and how this proceeds? If you observe, initially Br is going to leave. In which phase Br is leaving? In the same phase, attacking or approaching a nucleophile approaches. I am repeating once again. In which phase Br will leave away? In the same phase, attacking or approaching nucleophile approaches. Okay. Now, because of this situation, SN2 prime always gives a retention of a product. In general, what product we are expecting? If the substitution, where substitution takes place, if that carbon is chiral, then it is very clear, we can observe that in case of SN2, inversion of a product happens. So for SN2 always, all SN2 reactions, but condition is it must and should possess chiral center and the substitution should take place at chiral center. In such a case, SN2, all SN2 reaction gives inversion, whereas all SN2 dash, generally SN2 dash reaction gives retention of product. I am repeating, all SN2 gives inversion, whereas SN2 dash generally gives a retention. So here why inversion, that we know, because of nucleophile approaches rare side with respect to leaving group to minimize the repulsion. But why retention in case of SN2 dash? Retention means if you consider D and the product also D, if you consider L and the product also L generally. Now, because of nucleophile attacks same phase of allylic system, nucleophile attacks same phase of allylic system. See, when Br is going to leave here positive charge, towards this positive charge these electrons are shifted. When these electrons are shifted, approaching nucleophile approaches like this. Now overall departing leaving group is departing in this direction and approaching one also approaches in the same direction. Nothing but twice a anti. Have a look here. When leaving group departed, pi electrons are attacking from rear side. That means here we generally discuss that 3 carbon containing Br. If Br comes out like this and these pi electrons, let us consider this pi bond here, these pi electrons are shifted like this and attacking or approaching nucleophile again approaches like this. Hope you got the point here. Now departing group and approaching group, attacking nucleophile, departing group and attacking nucleophile, both are in same phase. Okay, overall. Whereas here Br, it happens in 2 steps. As I mentioned that 2 times anti means 2 times inversion is nothing but retention. 2 times anti, how is that 2 times anti? Br comes out as Br minus and these pi bond electrons are shifted. So how these pi bond electrons are shifted? Nothing but anti-position. Anti-position means Br when departing, pi electrons are shifted like this in anti-position. And with respect to this pi electron movement, approaching nucleophile approaches again anti. So first step with respect to leaving group, movement of pi electrons is anti. With respect to movement of pi electrons, X minus approaching also anti. 2 times anti is nothing but sin. So overall we are observing that it is a sin attack. So how that happens? Pi bonded electrons attacks CBr bond from back. Pi bonded electrons attack CBr bond from backside, and then itself it attacked, means pi bonded electrons again attacked. Pi bond electrons again attacked from back by nucleophile. So first, in order to break this CBr bond, pi bond electrons from rear side, and next with respect to this pi bond electrons attacking a nucleophile again rear side, then we are getting overall syn attack. See, that's the same concept, both SN2 and SN2- products we can notice. If the substrate is 3-chloro-1-butene, if the substrate is 3-chloro-1-butene, 1, 2, 3, 4, this 3-chloro-1-butene, if you observe, approaches here X- nucleophile. If SN2 product with respect to this allylic system, third carbon leaving group is there, the third carbon again X- has to attach. So you are getting secondary product with respect to SN2, secondary product. Whereas if this X- approaches here and these pi electrons approaches here and this one leave away, in such a case we are getting SN2- product, which is a primary alkyl halide. Primary allyl halide. This is allyl halide and primary, and this is allyl and secondary. So you are getting two products. That primary one is nothing but SN2 prime, and the secondary one is nothing but SN2. So overall reaction, if you observe, it is nothing but looks like SN2, but quite opposite to the SN2 with respect to stereochemistry. So stereochemistry wise, it is completely opposite. In SN2, stereochemistry is inversion, whereas in SN2- stereochemistry retention. Here it is retention because of double inversion. It is retention because of same phase attack, attacking nucleophile and departing leaving group, both are in same phase. That's why that what attack is called syn attack. So with respect to leaving group, attacking nucleophile is syn attack, we can say. But with respect to leaving group, pi electrons attacks from rear side, and with respect to that pi electrons again nucleophile approaches from rear side. Because of here twice anti, it will be syn. Let us consider one more example. When I am going to consider 1-chloro-2-butene as example, X-, generally we are expecting two products here. One is SN2, another one is SN2 prime. In case of SN2, X- approaches from rear side with respect to leaving group, resultant we are getting product like this. And in case of SN2 prime, X- has to approach same side with respect to leaving group, resultant we are getting this product, SN2 prime product. But here it is very clear, approaching a nucleophile is a negatively charged one, and compared to the first carbon attacking upon third carbon, it is quite difficult. It is very clear because of this third carbon generally attached to two alkyl groups and also pi electrons. First carbon only attached to one alkyl group, means relative hindrance at first carbon is less compared to third carbon. Steric hindrance relatively less at first carbon compared to third carbon. That's why approaching nucleophile preferably approaches to less hindered carbon. Preferably approaches to less hindered carbon. That's why here SN2 product is a major, whereas SN2 product will be minor. Hope it is clear. Because of attacking or approaching nucleophile is negatively charged, it prefers to attack upon the carbon which consists less hindrance or less crowding. So based on that, SN2 product is major and SN2- is minor. So I want to check that one, how far it is true. And for that I am going to use nucleophile as diethylamine, which is more bulky because of two alkyl groups, ethyl groups, that approaching nucleophile is more bulky. Being more bulky nucleophile, it prefers less hindered position. It prefers less hindered position only, but it is not supposed to approach to more hindered position. In such a case, this nitrogen containing lone pair will be donated to the first carbon, here 1, 2, 3, 4, it is 3-chloro 1-butene. 3-chloro 1-butene. Previous example 1-chloro 2-butene. In such a case, we notice that major and minor two products, but when I am going to consider 3-chloro 1-butene, here approaching nucleophile, even though it is a neutral nucleophile, being diethylamine is more bulky, it prefers to attack upon at first carbon instead of at third carbon. So, in such a case, what product we are going to get? Major. What product you are going to get major? Because of this third carbon is hindered one and this first carbon is less hindered one. So, it approaches here because of these pi electrons are obviously shifted here. Hence, we are getting SN2 prime product is a major and this product is not able to form. This one is more able to form because the less hindered one and this one less able or not possible. SN2 prime is SN2 prime, this is SN2, SN2 is not possible, SN2 prime is possible. Let us consider stereochemistry of SN2 dash. As I mentioned in previous example, sine attacking. Now, this O minus approaches to double bond carbon and this double bond carbon will be shifted either towards this side or towards this side. If it attacks upon here, these electrons will be shifted like this, and if this one attached to this carbon, these electrons will be shifted and Cl will be departed. So, in such a case, we are getting product here a double bond, here a deuterium. For a deuterium means back side of the plane towards ourselves, not criteria here because of it is sp2 carbon, it remains in the same plane. Here there is no change, Cl and deuterium like this. Now this methoxy group will be in the same position, means similar position like Cl. So this Cl is a wedge line, hence here methoxy group also in wedge line, OCH3 group also upon wedge line here. So if it happened, this much only, this is the product, this much only the product. This one further, if goes to one more time SN2 prime, SN2 prime, this O minus has to come and it approach this one, and these electrons has to come like this, and Cl has to leave. Resultant, we are getting here a double bond, here a deuterium, and here a deuterium. Here you are getting OCH3, again same in wedge line. So this example proves that yes, attacking nucleophile or approaching a nucleophile in the same phase as a leaving group. In which direction or in which phase? In which phase Cl or a leaving group departs out, in the same phase CH3O minus also approaches. Now try to draw the product for this one. Here I am going to change Cl position at one carbon as such, and at other carbon I am going to place here this one upon treatment with methoxy group CH3O minus. Assume that the CH3O minus approaches here, these electrons shifted and Cl has to leave. In such a case, we are getting product here CH3O, OCH3 in the same dash line, in the same, it maintains the same stereochemistry of Cl minus OCH3. Right now here the double bond, and here there is no change, Cl and deuterium as such, and here deuterium. For deuterium there is no more stereochemistry here, it is sp2 hybridized. One more time, CH3O minus if approaches here, these electrons are shifted like this and this Cl has to leave. In such a case, the product what we are getting here with respect to this Cl, so OCH3 maintains the same stereochemistry, so wedge line, and here OCH3 already in dash line, OCH3, and here double bond in between these two double bond carbon contain in between the two double bond deuterium containing carbon, double bond is there. So it is very clear, you are getting different products. You are getting different products if you change stereochemistry of the reactant, product stereochemistry is obviously going to change. This is regarding SN2 prime. Just like SN2 prime, SN1 prime also there, but this one is not that much familiar. Same allyl halide. By considering allyl chloride, nucleophilic substitution SN2 conditions when we provide, as we mentioned that there are two possibilities. Attacking of nucleophile upon this carbon or upon this carbon. That we can distinguish by using C14 isotope. Now let us consider again considering the same example allyl chloride, in which one of the carbon consists of C14, right? So now this carbon is C14 carbon and this CH2Cl. This one when I am using polar solvents, say water molecule like that, then what we are expecting? Carbocation CH2 plus. As we know very well, allyl carbocation is more stable, and this allyl carbocation is more stable because of resonance. When these pi electrons are shifted like this, we are getting CH2 and again CH2 plus. So plus is located, positive charge is located either of these two carbons, and because of we are distinguishing these two carbons by using one is C14 isotope. Now this is C14 isotope. So here there are two possibilities, two resonance structures, of which in one resonance structure positive charge is located at C12 and in another resonance structure positive charge is located at C14. Now approaching a nucleophile water molecule either of these two carbon atoms, so if it attacks upon this one, resultant by deprotonation we are getting alcohol like this, here C14, and this one is one more product we are getting, here water molecule come and attack upon deprotonation and water molecule come and attack upon C14 isotope, CH2 here 14 and OH. So we are getting two products again because of here via formation of carbocation, inversion, retention, two products are possible. So for SN1 prime we are not supposed to consider the stereochemistry. So what stereochemistry it maintains, and we cannot distinguish much more like which one is D, which one is L. That is very difficult. But there are two possibilities, either of the two carbon atoms in nucleophile come and attack, hence we are getting two possibilities that we can notice here. Okay, and complete contrary to earlier one SN2 prime, here more stable carbocation is gives more product, more major product. So more stable means more hindered one, right? So there what we discuss, upon more hindered carbon nucleophile cannot approach, but here more stable carbocation is nothing but more hindered one, upon there this nucleophile come and attack. This is regarding SN1 prime.